Christian Girl by Connor de Bruler. No one has black hair, not truly black hair. It rusts in the light. I've seen enough Cherokee girls at dawn to know. Sometimes their hair absorbs the natural sunshine like a vortex still, but if you catch them at just the right angle under a stray beam of heavenly light, you'll see those strands and braided locks turn the color of sweet tea. The same goes for skin. You'd be surprised how pale anyone can get. I've seen Jamaicans and Haitians, even the Gullah-Geechee, as their skin turned to wax and became translucent, especially in the river. Like trees, they are beautiful and unique. I don't hate anyone. In the South, that's a bold statement, and often a false one, but I'm honest when I say that I don't hate anyone. That is, I don't hate special kinds of people, but there are many that I have hated. The whole country is based on hate. The South is only known for it because of its obvious inequities. A $10 word for rigging the system. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just showing off. I did not do these things out of hate. I feel the need to tell you this because all you have left is tragedy, and you haven't seen what I have seen, and I have seen a great deal of beauty. I'm not trying to mitigate anything either, but this confession is mine, and if all I do is recount the naked facts, then you'll be sitting up at night wondering why. Enough of the fancy essay talk. You want dates, names. June Little. She was mid-April, I think. I-85. The Ditch. Eleanor Lopez, early December, the lake that froze over. February was the girl by the coin laundry. She had a pink dress. I threw it away separately if that helps. No name, no ID. Mary Long Eagle. How do you forget a name like that? The Oconaluftee River. Jillian Livingston. The woman in the Low Country Marsh. May 15th, the middle of the night. Anyway, now that the damage is done, let's talk about the one that got me here. The Bob Jones girl. It was an opportunity more than anything. I was tired that afternoon, not drunk. That's probably what got me. I drove up from a little town in South Carolina called Anderson to a major city called Greenville around 1 in the morning. I was going down one of the main boulevards looking for a place to get coffee, believe it or not. And that's when I noticed the college, the big old Christian college campus right there in the middle of town. Bob Jones, world-renowned. And on the other end of the street, I saw the tenement building where no doubt some of the students were housed. I know a hunting ground when I see one. Immediately, my hands gripped the steering wheel tighter, and my face started to change. I knew what was happening. I figured I'm going to have to get some coffee in me before I do this. I stopped at a gas station and put a few dollars in the tank and walked inside to buy a Mountain Dew or a coffee or whatever they had. And there she was, Charlotte. She told me her name was Charlotte. Now that I think of it, it's a pretty apt name because I'm the one that got caught in her web and not the other way around. I should have known better. The girl had beautiful black hair down to her shoulders and a blue polo shirt with a buttoned collar above her gray dress, a skirt that extended far below her knees, an outfit that screamed evangelical conservatism. I watched her buy a banana and a bottle of milk. I stood behind her in line with my coffee and realized that there was now evidence that we had been in the same place at one time on the gas station security cameras. I thought about backing off. I did. I paid for my coffee. I bought a pack of cigarettes too. Sometimes things are meant to be. As I said, I hadn't done any planning. I walked out of the convenience mart and headed to my truck, and that's when Charlotte approached me. She said, "Hey man, let me bum a smoke." "A smoke?" "Yeah, can I get a cig?" "Good little Christian girls don't smoke," I said. She scoffed and said whatever and walked away. I took out the pack to rip out the foil and I gave her a cigarette. She looked happy again and asked me for a light. I told her it was in my truck. And we got to talking about all kinds of things. We talked about the South, life, school, minimum wage. She was pretty articulate. I played it cool and offered her a ride back to campus. She said she was done with school that day. She needed a ride back to her place. It was less than a minute down the road at that same tenement building. I said I'd make it easy on her and drive her up that way. And she agreed. It was some kind of divine providence. But we both know how I ended up. How she tried to rob me. How she stuck me with that switchblade and left me on the side of the road in broad daylight to bleed out. Well, she's a hero to you now. But she's made of the same stuff as me. And she'll end up in the same seat, in the same room, one day. But what can I say? I got God.